Right, in this little clip I'm just going to show you how to knot this special elastic thread that will have come in your kit. There are two ways that I find are the best ways to knot this thread. The first way I'm going to show you is what I think is the most secure way, the way that I use when we make professional elastic pieces. And the second way I'm going to show you it works quite well, and it's a little bit easier, especially if you're working with children or if you're a beginner yourself. So the first way, when you've finished your piece and you're ready to knot it, you put the two ends together like that, and then you make a loop as if you're just going to do an ordinary knot with it and loop it back through. But before you knot it back through, you twist the whole loop round once, then you put your ends back through like that. Oops. And then you can put your finger in that loop and you can bring the whole knot down close to your work. I'll leave a bit of space here, even though normally you'd put it tight up to your work. So then there's also a bit of a trick to the way you pull the knot tight. First of all, pull it that way, then splay your two ends out and pull it that way, and then the other way again a few times, until you really tighten up that knot. And you should find that actually it's really secure and it's not slipping up and down the piece. And when you're happy that's really secure, you can just trim your ends off, or if you're fairly new to this, then just for your extra security, you can use a little dot of nail varnish on the knot. It just helps it further stop slipping if you're worried it might. And then you can trim your ends very short, and then your piece is ready. Normally I would have actually tightened that up further, and actually then you can push the knot inside one of your beads and it doesn't really show. So that's one way. The other way I'm going to show you is a little bit easier, particularly if you're working with children. And this way, when you've finished your piece and you're ready to knot it, you first of all knot one over the other. I'm going to go left strand over right once and then twice. So you've got a sort of little piece of twist like that. Then I'm going to put them back over, and this time instead of going left over right, I'm going to go right over left just once. So you've got a double twist at the bottom one way and a single twist at the top, sorry. Then you pull that together, and again, just like the other way, I'd normally pull it really close to the bead. You pull that way and then splay the ends out and pull that way, and do that a few times to make sure it's really tight. And this type of knot I think does need a little bit of nail varnish to secure it. You can use glue, but I find nail varnish much easier, especially if you're working with kids. It's just a little bit easier, and it's something you've usually just got at home instead of having to go and buy a special glue. So again, a little dot of nail varnish on there, and then once again you can just trim those ends really quite short, let the nail varnish dry, and you're away. Again, I would normally have put the knot closer up to the beads, but it's just for this clip I've left it a bit long.